Nintendo Gamecube theme. Besides having a wonderful visual that actually shows both a G and a C simultaneously, the Gamecube theme is a wonderful piece of musical masterpiece that has become the subject content of many a meme. And is beloved by all overall. But why? So it starts off in a D pentatonic landscape. It's notable to know the melody is going to be doing lots of perfect fourths, all right there. The next part, I call this D flat mixolydian of pentatonic scale. What do I mean by that? So if you take G flat pentatonic, go to the mixolydian mode, which the mixolydian mode starts on the 5th scale degree. Starting on D flat, these notes, because this is what happens. So this one G flat kind of ruins my plan for it to be D pentatonic. Then we go to, I consider that F pentatonic. There's actually no A, so it's even more open sounding, because the 3rd of a chord always gives it its color. So this is even like more colorless. You don't know if it's major or minor. Who cares? We're only there for half a second. Then we go to this. So what's happening here? In the left hand, whole tone stuff. Major second, move that down. Major second, move that down again. And now this major second. And then this is going down in fourths, down a half step, down in fourths, this note. Then this chord. What is that chord? It's actually what I like to call a manifestation of the whole tone scale. So B flat, C, and E. I mean, normally I might think of that as like a C7 in 4th inversion. So like the B flat and the bass. Something that might resolve to this. Some people would call this a dominant 5-4-2. Because if this is the bass note, this is a 4th above, this is a 2nd above, 4-2. That's the meaning. And it resolves to this, like a 1-6, and by 1-6 I mean tonic chord in 1st inversion. So that's quite interesting. So it's kind of weaving between all these different tonalities, just touching on this one, touching on this one, but it's never directly clashing with each other, and by clashing I mean the left and the right hand. They're in consonance with each other. They're in consonance with each other. They're in consonance with each other. Like these are all just like kind of chromatic passing tones. This works with the B flat whole tone scale, this does not, it's just kind of there. But it's happening so fast that you don't even process that much dissonance, you're just like, oh, it's moving down. So really cool stuff. Let's look at the time signature. It's not just random, it has a time signature, 7/8. Take a look at the score that I found and annotated. The changes in harmony actually do occur on beats of the 7/8. So these are all happening on 8th notes. The only time there isn't one is on this very last. It's interesting. There's nothing there. It gives you like a brief respite, a brief breath of fresh air. You're like, is it over? No. Like that. And also, I argue that even in these 2 brief measures, taking no more than 5 seconds, this piece shows melodic development of not 1 but 2 different themes. Allow me to explain. The first theme, I argue, is this. This occurs on beat 1 of measure 1. It's the beginning. Then the next measure on beat 1, the same exact thing but transposed up a minor 6. Interesting. In between this, we have descending 4th, up a 4th, descending 2 4ths, up a 4th, the same exact idea. And that occurs later. Descending 2 4ths, descending 2 4ths, boom. So we have T1, theme 1, repeated once, theme 2. It's all connected. It's interesting to note that even though it's shifting between all these tonal centers, it's actually never really dissonant at any one point in time. Interestingly, this piece features a lot of the pentatonic scale and the whole tone scale, which both don't have any semitone intervals, a semitone being a half step. All of these scales, This specifically, doesn't have any half steps in it, even the whole tone scale. As the name implies, it's only made up of whole tones. Very symmetrical. So it's quite interesting. And it gives it a very open sound. So in summary, the GameCube theme features a very open sound, lots of perfect fourth leaps in the right hand, open leaps in the left hand accompaniment. The left hand accompaniment happening strictly on downbeats. The time signature is 7/8. The key signature isn't anything because it switches between about 4 different tonal centers. There is very few dissonances in the entire thing. I mean, all things considered, unless you count the whole tone as dissonant, which I can see my way to that, but like all these like kind of open sounds, like nothing is like, there's none of this like beautiful like tension, which isn't a bad thing. So overall, GameCube theme musically is awesome. We love to see it. Anyway, peace out. Have an amazing day. Bye.